we are not the people who are flying and floating that shit in here. I know every time you turn on the TV, that's what you see. Black people selling the rock, pushing the rock, pushing the rock. Yeah, I know. But that wasn't a problem as long as it was here. It wasn't a problem until it was in Iowa, and it showed up on Wall Street where there are hardly any black people. Now, if you want to talk about guns, why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community?
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? I'm here in Los Angeles with my friend Danny Bravo. We're doing the locations for Boyz in the Hood, one of my favorite movies, one of the biggest movies of the 90s. It was all shot right here in Los Angeles, and 3 of the houses from the movie are right here on this street alone, Cimarron Street in Los Angeles. This is amazing. I love Boyz in the Hood. You love Boyz in the Hood. This is the Styles residence right here. So there's where Furious lived with Tre. When Tre is sent to live with his father, that's the house right there. And then right across the street, you got Ricky's house right here. Doughboy, Ricky, the Baker house right here. A lot of action takes place on this front step right here. And of course, he notices, what's her, Brandy, of course. I just watched the movie last night again, and that movie holds up, I'm telling you. So Brandy's house is right here as well. All those houses are right here. Styles' house, where so much action takes place. And Boyz in the Hood is one of the biggest and most popular movies of the 90s, and it still holds up. And this house, Ricky's house here, is absolutely beautiful. I think this house, look at the green. It's such a cool looking house. Just awesome. Doughboy, you can just imagine Ice Cube sitting on the front step. Yeah. All right, we got lots of locations for Boyz in the Hood. This video might be lengthy because there's a lot to show. It's a beautiful day. Palm trees. LA. This movie, I'm telling you, this movie last night when I watched it, I'll get to that part because I was blubbering. I love it. Right into that driveway right there. So in the film, they're walking right along here, the kids, right by these train tracks. And one of them says, "You guys want to see a dead body?" Now, what movie does that remind you of? Stand By Me. This movie has a lot of references to Stand By Me. It's a coming-of-age film, and they make a few, especially at the ending, how it ends up, showing them what happened to them afterwards, to the boys after they've grown up. But we're gonna go over there now and show you where they had that football scene after they see the dead body. So here we are on the other side now. This is a really difficult shot to match up. I tried last night many times. The dead body would have been down this street, down here. And the kids, where they get the football, so it was right around here. And it was thrown from inside there as they're walking up this street here. It's a very difficult, because there's new developments. This house different, this house different, but it was all shot right in this area right here. That's right. I matched that up yesterday. This pole was visible with that sewer cap. Yeah, that's in the film. You see that with that sewer cap, which has been changed since, but it's still the same one. Sewers don't move. There's my friend Danny doing his thing, filming as well, talking about Boyz in the Hood. One of his favorite movies, one of my favorite movies. Tre makes up a woman saying that he had relations with her, and he jumps out of that window right there. Tells his father the whole story afterwards. That's a weird story to tell your father. But he jumps out of that window there. They go into that house. He pulls up right about here as the grandmother and mother are leaving for church and goes into that house. And the grandmother smells sex in the air when she came back because she forgot money for the collection plate. Something like that. And then Tre jumps out the window. It's a really funny scene from the film. It's a gorgeous house. One of the most pivotal moments in Boyz in the Hood is when Furious Styles is making a speech about gentrification and the crack epidemic in Los Angeles at that time in 1992, in the early 90s. And that speech was made right here. That's probably how he didn't win an Oscar just based on that speech alone, that performance alone, is beyond me. But that empty lot where he was making a speech and he's saying to Tre and Ricky, and then everybody kind of comes out of the house and listens to him, was made right here in this empty lot. Now you may notice it's no longer an empty lot. It's a house now. It's a complex. But it was right here on this corner. Now there's various angles you see. You see this here in the background. See that house with the slanted roof there. And then Ricky and Tre, you get a great glimpse of these houses right behind, these two right here. And if I zoom in on that house, you can still see it matches up completely with the little, right above the address there, the number, and the slats going up like that. And then little things, and there used to be white there, white columns, they're painted brown now. But yeah, that's it right there. So yeah, this is a difficult one without the empty lot to kind of film, but you know it's going to be built up, everything's being redeveloped. But yeah, shot right on this property right here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Right here on this empty lot, and you get lots of angles going that way. There was less bushes here, I believe. Like I said, I just watched it last night, but I'm already having trouble remembering. But it's right there, those houses in the background, and all the neighborhoods coming out listening to Furious make that great, great speech. And those houses right behind Ricky and Tre. So a lot of the streets right around look exactly the same, except for the main part, the main spot, which is gone. Which is kind of nice to see that there's new development here. But this used to be that famous empty lot with the big sign beside it, saying that it's going to be built up with gentrification and stuff. And sure enough, Tre Styles was correct. All right, somewhere else from Boyz in the Hood coming up right away. Oh, we got a problem here? We got a problem here? That was all right here. Now, this is Crenshaw Boulevard. In the background of this scene, this is the nighttime gathering where they hang out with the lowriders and stuff, and the rival gang comes along. And the girl's like, can't we just have one night where there's no shooting, no fighting? And Ice Cube says, shut up. And that causes a problem. But this used to be a dealership behind here. That building is completely changed. Now you can see the Wiener Schnitzel. Of course you can. Right in the background. Right where my lowrider is, my Sentra. That's my version of a lowrider right there. It's a rental. Be easy. But yeah, shot right here. And then Tre and Ricky get in their car and they go for a drive. And it looks like they go really far, but they actually only get about to where that car is down there. And we're gonna take it right there, show you that pivotal scene right now. So this, right down the street, so right where we were, now you can see back that way, the white car, that's where the nighttime gathering is. So it looks like Ricky and Tre go for a little bit of a drive, but they don't get far, because this is where they get pulled over, right here, in front of this funeral home. So I believe the shot, cops pulled them over right about where my car is, the rental. You can see these posts in the background. So right here, this is the liquor store from Boyz in the Hood. Ricky and Tre are walking. They get some milk and some lottery tickets. I left my car door open. Wow. And these poles are seen right in the film right here. They're sitting there, some guys are sitting down, but there's a shot, there's an overhead shot from this way, looking down. It's hard to match up that when you don't have a crane with you, but then they shoot a lot from this angle. Going in, the guys, they get asked for some money, $1 or something, and they come out that way. But yeah, these poles are still here where they're sitting. But this is it. You get some golden cream milk. Sorry about that, man. In the film, it was called a full service market. Now it's back to, it's probably its original name, or maybe it's called that back then, 8th Liquor. Definitely in the same building, you can tell though. Very cool. So this is a cool little scene of Boyz in the Hood. We're far from where they shot everything else, right? Yeah. We're down in San Pedro, which is at the southern tip of LA County, like, and everything else is filmed more central, south central. This, I'm not sure how they decided to use this house and this area for this scene. It's crazy, right? It's so far away from everything else, but they could have used a million houses. But this is hard. This was difficult for us to line up. But this is where Doughboy and Pookie are, and Pookie gets his chain stolen by, I guess there's no other way to say it, but by a crackhead, right? Huh?
Dookie, no? Dookie.
Oh, it's a Dookie? That's a Pookie.
Pookie, I think Pookie means...
Well, this is a difficult location to find, but thanks to Damien, who lives here, this is Dookie's house. Yes, Dookie. I said the wrong word last time. But this is it. It looks a lot different. This is the stone wall that they were sitting on. Now underneath, it looks a lot different. It looks like that right there, that yellow. If you see that one down there.
Chain.
Pardon? Yeah, he's just where he's. Oh yeah. He would have sold the chain. Now they come right along here. You do see this house in the background with those windows and that particular pole. And what threw me off, I was wondering where that, like, you see Ice Cube in the mall. They're sitting right here, Doughboy, on a cement wall, and I was like, the cement wall's gone. But then we slowly clued in. Damien came out and talked to us, and he was like, no, it's my house, man. And you do see that number in the background. But coming right along here, he steals the chain. Those two trees were a lot smaller. That tree even looks like it's grown. I mean, it's trees, it's science. It's a deciduous tree, not coniferous. There you go. And so I don't know how much bigger it's gone, but it's gone a lot bigger. Those trees have too. But he steals it right about here, right between the two trees, right? Yeah. I got you off camera, Damien. Don't worry. So you were here and they filmed it, eh? You didn't live here, but you remember.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'll film it. Big deal, right? When they came to St. Pete. Well,
it's fun.
He comes along, steals the chain, and they cut to a shot right across the street where they beat the crap out of him. They catch the guy that stole his chain, and look, there's those two big trees that they beat the crap out of him. Where are they? They're way down the street. So when they cut across from here to that shot across the street, I'm just making this more difficult for editing for me. That's all I'm doing right now. It's actually further down. So they tricked you. Why did I say it like that? They tricked you.
Yeah.
They didn't really trick you. They just that's how they shot it. But it's down here. We're gonna go down there and show you where they beat the crowd out of them. Don't take Dookie's chain, man. Don't do it. Doughboy's gonna give you a beat down. You know that.
Yeah, that's why. Gotta keep the chain out.
No, I'm just gonna ask you for that chain later. You're such a nice guy. You're gonna give it to me. So it looks like the house is supposed to be right across the street. It's not. But they cut to a shot here. It's a little further away as they're running across the street, right where that Mustang is. And the Lexus just drove by. And then a Ram truck. It's a pickup. It's gonna drive by right now too, I think. Yep, nailed it. And probably, you know what? Just give me 1 second. I think a Ford truck might drive by. See how I do that? I just know stuff. Anyway, around right here is where they beat the crap out of him. All right, between these two trees. What kind of trees are these? You don't know? Come on. They're almost willow, pear tree. They're trees. Oh, the weather outside is weather. Right there. Let's go. More from Boyz in the Hood. Now, one of the most pivotal moments of the film, one of the saddest parts of the film, and like I said, I was watching this yesterday, and I was teared up after this scene. I was, I'm not kidding. It's after all these years, it still got to me. When Ricky gets shot. Now, I don't even know if I explained the plot. If you haven't seen Boyz in the Hood, I'm surprised, but you gotta see Boyz in the Hood. Ricky has such a promising future. He's going to be a football player. He's going to get a scholarship. And his brother Doughboy is kind of a ne'er-do-well. And Tre's got a future ahead of him. But Tre and Ricky are walking right along where I am right now, walking right along this street here. And they notice that the rival gang is scoping them out right from here. And you see where that camper van is parked there. That's where the red car was. So that's the same house in the background. And I can't really show you unless I walk over there, which is making me feel lazy. But you see that house in the background very prominently, and the red car is right there. So Ricky and Tre are walking right along this way here. I'll show you. They're coming right along down this street right here. They're having a conversation right along here. It's about from this, well, they're a little, it's hard to see because now I've lost sight of that house. So they'd probably be right about this area here when they spot the car. And they decide that when one of them gives the word, I think Tre does, make the move. And and they're gonna book it, they're gonna run. And they run right down through here. I'll show you where. It's all these houses here, but the alleyway where they run, or the between the houses, was between these two houses right here, right down there. Isn't that crazy? Boyz n the Hood was filmed right here, about 28, almost 30 years ago. Yeah, they would have filmed it in 91. I think it came out in 92. Right here. Now the alleyway where Ricky was shot, that's been difficult to find, but we think we've pinpointed it to be actually filmed in the alleyway behind it, which we might be gated off. I just want to give a big shout out to Tito right now. Tito, viewer of my channel, gave me a lot of tips about some of the locations used in the movie. He grew up in this area, and he knows, and he was invaluable. So thank you so much, Tito. And stop it. There, he stopped it. Thank you so much. And you said they can't really get around, so you watch my channel, and you love going to different places, and I love bringing you along, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tito. All right, let's find that alleyway. Well, unfortunately, it's access denied. But you can see the alleyway looks pretty much similar. I can't get back in there enough to show you exactly the lineups. But this is where Ricky was shot, and Tre screams, "Ricky!" and runs back. It was shot right up and down this alley on the other side in this way. I can't really get either. The other side, you can't even get access to that side of the alleyway because there's too many, there's a building right there. It's a really tight squeeze, so I'm not sure how they did that. We just tried. But yeah, the alleyway is very short. So those houses where they skip back into, they jump and they run into, is right about four telephone poles down. So it's actually pretty long. So yeah, but they shot it here, and then the cars drive through here. Then this is where Doughboy comes, and they take Ricky back to the house, to the Baker house. And my God, that scene, to this day, that scene is one of the most powerful and upsetting scenes. I watched it, like I said last night, and I was a wreck. It's so sad. Great performances by everyone in that scene. Even the baby. The baby's screaming and crying, like, how do you get a baby to act like that? I don't know. It was incredible.
Get up! Get up! It's all right. Get up, baby. Get up, Tre. What happened? What happened to you? Get up! Get up!
Give me the baby. Give me the baby.
But yeah, this is the alleyway for Boyz n the Hood. I wish I could get in there, but well, I could climb, jump. No. Oh, geez. Oh, God. All right, there we go. And we're done. Cut. Crazy eyes dog. Crazy eye dog. Beware of dog sign. They mean it. Holy Jesus. Well, that's to add to my reel of Scott being scared by animals. That happens a lot. And I love animals. Oh, you're a little one. You're not scary. You're tough because your friend's tough. Let's be honest. If your friend wasn't here, you wouldn't be so tough. There's the alleyway. Let's go. All right, here we are at the final location from Boyz n the Hood that I'm doing. And this is after Ricky's shot, Doughboy and his guys, they come and they find the rival gang eating at a burger shop. That burger shop is right to my left. Uh-oh. No, it's not. It's, of course, a Staples now. But the burger shop would have been located right there. And the guys spot Doughboy right there in the car. And they kill the lights. So it's the burger shop's right exactly where Staples was. And those guys notice, the other guys note. And what I found sad about the scene was although, yeah, they did kill Ricky, I mean, they see their life flash before their eyes because they get up and they run and they book it right across this way, right past where my car is. And what I found sad is, like, it's just, it's because it's such a slice of life about what was going on in the 90s in some of these neighborhoods. And it's still life that's being lost. I mean, they're slaughtered. Doughboy's just taking revenge, of course, for avenging his brother's death. But it's still sad. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a old softy, but felt bad watching the guy get shot. But he's trying to kill Ricky, dude. Well, what I found really interesting is, so right there, that driveway was a little longer, but they use different lenses, you got to remember, in these movies. So right where that car's pulling in, that's about roughly where Doughboy was parked. And then you got it right here, the old burger shop. So they run right towards where my camera is. And what I found interesting is, so they get shot roughly in this area right here, and Doughboy gets out of the car and executes the last guy. And you can still see the remnants of, they're all faded, but these are very, very prominent on the ground. The parking spot markers, they're the double ones. Over here, there's single ones, but these are the older ones, and they're still here. All right, so that's it for Boyz n the Hood. I got most of the locations I wanted to get. Over in Inglewood, they have a scene near the beginning where the kids see blood from an earlier murder. That's completely redeveloped. Here's his office, completely looks different now, redeveloped. So I thought, well, I'm not gonna put those in. This was the only one that I knew looked kind of really different, but I really want to see it, this parking lot, because it's a pivotal scene. This was really, really cool. So a lot of locations still look the same. This is amazing. This is Boyz n the Hood. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, if you haven't seen Boyz n the Hood, I highly recommend it. You will tear up, and if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Where is your heart? This movie is amazing. Rest in peace, John Singleton, one of the greatest directors of all time. I love John Singleton, and Boyz n the Hood is just an incredible movie. Incredible movie. Danny?
Yes, sir.
Good day. We did it. Boom. Did we? Hey, we nailed it finally.
Yeah.
Who knew? All right, this is Boyz n the Hood. Thanks everyone for watching. Love you all. Peace out.